Hi guys, Rico here, and today we're going to talk about my MMO experience. Where did I start? How far have I come? And what do I currently play? And what do I look forward to playing? I've always loved video games. I've always played video games. But single player games have an amazing story typically. I've played a lot of them. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, she's glitched up on something. I don't even know what. But as I've always wanted to play MMOs. I've always wanted to be a part of a community that for a game I enjoy. Because I've played like RTSs that I've had a community and I've made amazing friends over the years from those. But I wanted a game I can immerse myself into and stay up till the wee hours of the morning because I want to play it, because I can't put it down. And something that's not going to end in 30, 40, 50 hours. Something I can put months into. And so I started with Star Wars, The Old Republic. That is one of my 2 all-time favorite franchises. I love Star Wars. I grew up watching the movies. I still watch the movies. And I love the game. I love the stories, the world. I just had fun exploring and just running around, finding every little thing in every corner of the world. But there was one thing lacking. A community. I had a couple of friends I was playing with, but it just wasn't there. Maybe I started too late. Maybe I missed that original spike of players being around. And so slowly but surely, I stopped playing it. I started logging in less and less, spending less and less, and so on. And then, my second all-time favorite universe, Star Trek. I found Star Trek Online. And oh my god, did I love this game. I spent hours replaying the stories and meeting with characters that I grew up watching on the screen. The more and more I played it, and the more stories that came out, the more voice acting there was. But through that whole time, I just felt like I was playing a single player game again. Anything I wanted to do, end game wise, I could just do with random people that I never had to talk to. Through that whole time, I had on and off had gone back to WoW. Started playing. I tried WoW for the first time. Oh, I want to say Pandaria. Not my favorite expansion by far. There was just something missing in it. Lords of Draenor. It had me for a little bit. It had some cool new systems, but I just wasn't ready for it. I didn't know the world yet. So what I wanted to do is go explore and just immerse myself into the world. But people I was playing with at the time just wanted to raid. So yet again, I felt alone. I would spend hours just trying to figure out where my next quest was. And it became more and more frustrating. So yet again, I put down a game. I kept coming back though. There was something about that world that kept drawing me in. Came back at Legion. Yet again, just didn't really have the people I wanted to play with. It was still new, still trying to figure out classes. And it just felt like something was missing. came back at BFA. And I stuck around. I stuck around for a while. Did some dungeons. But it just felt like I was playing with people that I never had to talk to again. And that is just not what I was looking for. I had tried Final Fantasy XIV at 1.0 for a little bit. But let's just be real, 1.0 was a mess. Had some good stories, but they weren't told the best. The systems were weird. And so I dropped it. I did. But then Realm Reborn came out, and I was like, you know what? Let's try this game. Maybe I'll like it more. Maybe they did enough. And I did. Oh, but it got slow. We all know how slow ARR is. And so I kept going back to WoW. A couple of years ago, 4 friends wanted to start playing 14. And I finally had someone that was at the same place of the game that I was. Brand new, because I had played it on PlayStation, not on PC. I had to buy new codes, had to buy everything again. And that was fine, because I had people to play with. The story got slow, but you know what? We got through it. Got through Heaven's Word, got through Stoneblood, got to Shadowbringers. One of my all-time favorite expansions of any game I've played. But then Shadowlands was getting close to coming out, and I wanted to get back into WoW. My best friend had wanted to play, and Shadowlands looked fun. There was new systems that sounded interesting. There was it looked great. And it was supposed to be an old-friendly expansion. Maybe finally, after all these years, I could finally level these characters that I had never gotten to. And I started playing. Got into an awesome guild that made friends that I'll probably keep in touch with for the rest of my life. But with no sight of 9.1, I got tired of doing the same things every week. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to. It felt never ending. It felt that if I skipped a single day, I would fall behind, and I wouldn't be ready for the next raid. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy XIV had come out with 2 more patches that I hadn't played yet. So I decided I'll go back to it, and maybe when 9.1 got closer, I'll just go catch up. Or at least as much as I could. But then 9.1 got delayed yet again. It just got more and more frustrating. We understand COVID delays. Final Fantasy XIV had a 2-month delay on a patch due to COVID. But Yoshi P was communicating. That was the thing. In the last 2 years, watching live letter after live letter, Digital Fan Fest, every other event, 14-hour broadcasts, and just the constant interviews. We hear so much from Yoshi P. And where was Ian that whole time? If he was doing interviews, I didn't know about them. It wasn't a community thing. The couple of interviews we heard about, he shouldn't have done, most likely. And I stopped logging in. I stopped going back to WoW. And I focused all my efforts on 14. And now, with Endwalker, I'm even more excited to play 14. It's the end of a story that for most people was 10 years. For me, it's only been 2. But it's still an epic story. A story that made me want to stay, regardless of community. It had been the first time that I had ever done that. A story that made me cry. For the first time in a game. Cried over characters that were just fictional. Not based on some real story that we watch movies about. No, 100% fictional characters that I was so attached to that I cried when they had hardships. That I was happy when things went the way they were supposed to. And yet, WoW kept letting me down. Now, my WoW guild is slowly moving to 14. And so what reasons do I have to go back? But anyway, not going back to WoW is a subject for another day. For now, this is just a quick introduction to me. I'm currently completely caught up, minus Boastrum, which I'm still working on. You know, with raiding with WoW, I kind of fell behind. But it's a game I don't know how to put down. Every time I start, I just do more and more. I just want to do that one more thing before I log out for the night. Or that one more thing before I have to leave in the morning. Or I just want to stay up and see what else Yoshi P has to say during the next live letter that happens to be at horrible times for me. But you know what? I never care. Because they just keep bringing you in. Not with anything crazy. Not with anything that we don't know that's gonna happen. With consistent, good content. And on-time content. Anyways, as I said, that is a rant for another day. For now, have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there. And I will see you in the next one.